You know, it's been just 288 days since the March primary election, but candidates are already lining up to challenge wayward incumbents in March 2026. That's 442 days from today, Wednesday, December 18th, 2024.
Texas Scorecard presents the day's first news for the Lone Star State. The Texas Minute, with your host, Michael Quinn Sullivan.
We've made it halfway into the week. Thanks for spending part of your Wednesday with the Texas Minute. Coming up, a $20 million political action committee is being formed to hold lukewarm Republicans accountable for conspiring with Democrats. But first, parents in the Canyon Independent School District want Bibles returned to the libraries, which officials there say were removed in accordance with state law. Superintendent Darrell Flushy told parents that a new Texas law that passed in 2023 prohibits sexually explicit books and therefore requires the district to remove the Bible. One CISD parent described that rationale as, quote, absurd. In an email to parents, Flushy selectively quoted from the law's various sections and omitted critical sections that would keep the Bible on the shelves. Wokeness is less of a mental disorder than it is a spiritual sickness. A former high school teacher has been arrested and charged with the sexual assault of a child and having an inappropriate relationship with a student. The arrest happened late last week for crimes that were allegedly committed in 2022 and 2023. Alan E. Simonson was hired in 2022 and placed on administrative leave when the allegations first arose in 2023. She resigned shortly after. State records show that Simonson also taught in the Keller Independent School District from 2021 to 2022. Two outgoing members of the Round Rock ISD Board of Trustees allege that the scandal-plagued school district spent money it didn't have in its most recent budget. The district's actual expenditures reportedly exceeded its appropriated budget by close to $10 million. According to outgoing trustees Mary Bone and Danielle Weston, these expenditures violated state law. Facilities maintenance, food service, and counseling services account for more than half of the total overspending. The trustees want an independent forensic audit of the district and for the results of the audit to be released publicly, along with the names of those who authorized the spending. The Texas Minute will be right back.
The Luke Macias Show is your access to what happens behind closed doors in Texas politics. Listen weekly to me, your host, Luke Macias, as I break down what is actually happening in conservative politics in the Lone Star State, a state that we all love and cherish. Listen weekly wherever you listen to podcasts. This show is a product of Texas Scorecard.
Even though the 2025 legislative session is yet to begin, the 2026 primary elections are already heating up, with some incumbents facing pressure from potential challengers. Driving these early campaign pushes has been the decision from a minority of the House Republican caucus to join with Democrats in opposing the official GOP nominee for Speaker. You'll remember that David Cook of Mansfield defeated Dustin Burrows of Lubbock for the GOP caucus nomination earlier this month. Among the Republicans helping the Democrats help Burrows is Cody Harris of Palestine. He could soon face a GOP challenge by Corsicana City Councilman Chris Woolsey, who filed a treasurer appointment form with the state earlier this week. While the paperwork doesn't specify which office Woolsey plans to seek, he did confirm to Texas Scorecard that he is, in fact, considering a run against Harris. And Harris isn't alone in facing early primary pressure. Other incumbents supporting Burrows, such as Cole Hefner and Will Metcalf, are also finding 2026 challengers starting to emerge. Meanwhile, Amarillo businessman Alex Fairley is launching a new political action committee with $20 million in initial funding. Fairley told Fox News that the entity would hold Republican legislators accountable should they support a Democrat-backed candidate for Speaker. You can find the details of all the stories mentioned today and keep up with the latest news by visiting TexasScorecard.com. This edition of the Texas Minute was produced by Nick Shepard and based on the original reporting of Aaron Anderson, Valerie Munoz, Adam Kahn, and Brandon Waltons. I look forward to seeing you out around the Lone Star State. Have a great day.
Thanks for listening to the first news of the day for the Lone Star State. This has been the Texas Minute with your host, Michael Quinn Sullivan.